1, 2, 3. Don't F with me, the podcast. Yeah.
Don't f with me.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Don't F With Me, the podcast. I am your host, Chubby.
And I'm also your host, OG Tega, in the building. Don't know. All right, Chubs?
Yes.
We have some very special guests today.
Yes, we do.
Some very special guests. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready. But this one, Chubby.
Yeah.
This one is personal.
I know.
It's very personal.
I
Do you
know.
understand?
But why? Why is it personal?
See, I had to go way back in time.
All right.
I had to go way back in time and pick out from my fabric of unionism.
Okay.
And bring my brothers from way back.
All right.
I went back to high school and I brought my seniors. Come on, let's talk about it.
Oh.
Welcome to the show, my brothers.
Hi guys, so my name is Kolade. I'm an investment manager. That's pretty much what I do.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Jolomi. I'm freelancer,
All right.
investments.
Come on.
I was like, so
He's one of my investors.
investing.
One of my investors.
Investors.
All
okay.
right. So
Okay.
investor and investee, they're rolling together.
Yeah, can you imagine?
He's monitoring his money.
Can
you
you
understand?
imagine?
That kind of
That's
thing.
like,
Put us on
That kind of thing.
Put us on
especially this year of COVID, where people are,
Yeah,
You have to make sure
you have to put your money in the right
Yeah,
place, and
absolutely.
everybody has to. be
That's
happy.
right.
It explains why, we were not really close before. It now calls me every day because of the
Yeah,
Can you
that's why.
imagine?
Yeah, we got too close now.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
chill.
it's good. It's good.
I like it.
But I've known him for a very long time, though.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
go
secondary
way
school,
back.
like-
You guys, you would know more about him,
About me?
Don't, go on.
So wait. So these are your brothers, yeah?
Yeah,
These are your guys from
that's
school.
right. From way back. Back in the days.
Okay. We want to talk about something today,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to see what the dynamic is
What the
between you
dynamic
guys
is.
once we put this topic on the table.
All right.
I want to see
All
what
right.
happens.
It's going to be dicey.
All right.
Maybe.
So we want to talk about bullying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
So
It's a very serious issue.
I went to boarding school. I feel like you guys went to boarding school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all did.
Okay.
And they were my seniors, though.
They were
Like,
seniors.
they were major
Ah.
seniors. in
So I think
school.
I know where this might be
Yes.
going. I think I know where this
Yes.
might be going. So I'm going to ask a question, and I need you guys to answer honestly.
Yeah.
Were you aware of any bullying that was going on in your school when you guys were back at school in secondary school? Were you aware of any bullying that was happening?
I don't know. For me, I think I have a strong personality sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and then it comes out. So a lot of people tend to, run from you when you have when
Because
they
you
see
have a strong person. Are you
Are
making
you trying to say?
excuses for
Are you trying
yourself?
to say you were the bully?
Are you looking?
No,
are you
not
looking
exactly.
giving us an insight
Not
as to?
exactly. So I wasn't necessarily bullied. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I wasn't
you weren't
necessarily
necessarily bullied, but
But yeah, there were signs, there were people that used to
Okay.
come, but I never saw, never experienced any personally. Nah, no, simply. Maybe like years after secondary school, someone would just walk up to me and like, you went to BM, like mention the school and all of that. I'd be like, what's good? How you doing? Blah. You bullied me. I did. I bullied you. How? What happened?
Yeah, you bullied me
Do you
too.
understand?
Wait. I think I heard something. Did you hear what I heard?
Some people like you were very mean in school, and I'm like, how was I mean? Wow.
You bullied me with your words.
Wait.
Yeah.
no, unpack. Please, this is the space that you need to unpack all of that. Yes,
So
unpack.
your experience was that you had certain personality traits that people may have taken as you being a bully.
Misinterpreted as
Yeah.
as being
And
bullied.
your experience is that whilst you were in school, you
Downright
felt
bullying
like he
is a bully.
bullied you.
Do you understand?
No.
That's what it
Like
is.
he really bullied you.
Because I'm sure you can tell, like, from...
Okay, so you know how these
Unpack,
days,
I like it.
these days they say, you see a guy crying like a man, you shouldn't be crying.
I will tell you why you crying.
That's the kind of bullying we're talking about. Do you understand? That's bullying too.
Is that bullying?
Yes, you can't tell a guy you shouldn't cry.
That's true.
That's true.
That's
Not
true.
that you can't. Maybe
You can't say
right
that.
now because of emotional
or
intelligence
the one that's
and
more
IQ, it's
common.
okay
The
to
one that's
cry.
more common is you piss me off, and then you're telling me that I have no
down.
right to act
The
that
way you are acting.
Oh, come on, why are you acting like a baby? Or
Gaslighting.
Do you understand? Like,
So those
But
words,
was-
maybe it's the words that...
those words, you understand? So So it makes you a bully because you're not owning up to what you've done. And you ask something around. You ask something around how
at
do
the end
you
of the
let
day.
a bully know?
How about you working on yourself too, and knowing that I'm not supporting bullying.
Okay.
I'm not supporting bullying. I'm
I
just
think you
saying.
guys, I think you might have been
I'm just
very
saying-
sensitive.
Land the plane.
Yes.
Land the plane. Let's
Land the plane.
let's move
Before
on
we,
to
before we get on the tarmac, let's
I'm
let
telling
it
you,
land.
let's
Okay, land.
So before you come down and say that there is what you call condescending. Someone
Okay.
can be talk to you in a condescending way that you don't like. That's different.
yeah.
So if you are doing something and someone says, "Why are you doing that?" You might see that as bullying. He's just asking you innocently in a strong voice. Why are you doing that? So you feel like you don't like people shouting at you, but to him, he's not shouting.
I want to
Is
do
that bullying?
I want to do
Do
something.
you understand? That's the
I want to do
context that you're
something.
bringing
Yeah.
up right
I
now.
want to do something.
Okay.
I want to pull up a definition for bullying. Shall
Yeah,
we do
maybe
this?
you should.
I think so.
Shall we do this?
Yeah, so we know what
Because
construct.
this is
I
behavioral
want to pull up-
patterns. It's-
Exactly, because now we're taking it out of physical into verbal abuse.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
so that's
You
what
understand?
so easy.
So
Alright.
like some people don't realize that there's actually something like verbal bullying.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
well,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
there
True,
is.
true, true.
So we need to actually be conscious of that fact that
Yeah.
just
So-
because.
Wikipedia
Okay.
says to us.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
talk to us.
Bullying is the use of force, coercion, or threat to abuse, aggressively dominate, or intimidate someone.
There's one word there that they just said, put it small,
What's that?
coercion. That
Coercion.
It sounds so subtle.
Yeah.
So that's the
Coercion.
yes, that's the
It says
word.
one who is habitually cruel, insulting, or threatening to others
Insulting.
who they see
Habitually.
to be weaker, smaller, or in some way vulnerable.
Yeah, you saying your model, why you crying? Like,
So that's
man?
another
Oh.
definition.
Okay,
Dude,
okay.
So this
I
why
like-
you crying. This
yeah.
let's touch on this
No,
one.
I love that she said that. So my point now is that, to someone that's weaker, they said habitually to someone that's weaker or more vulnerable.
Yes.
So it's like that tone that you said, it's just my tone. It's just a strong tone that I
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Are you telling me that you don't pick and choose who you use that tone for?
Good question.
It
No,
depends. Okay.
Yeah, it depends. So like I'm saying, do you now don't as you said that you had this strong personality, are you telling me that you now go and talk to your dad or you talk to your mom
That's
just because you
it,
have a strong
so-
personality and say,
exactly.
okay, this is how I talk,
So when
I'll
this is
come-
how
I'll
you
come from
raise me.
Personal.
Okay.
I talk to anybody the same way. If you see me on the phone with my mom, if I'm talking to my mom physically, we rapport. Like
Okay.
you can't make me feel less of a person because I won't make you feel less of a person.
Okay, so switch it up. Maybe
Do
we're
you
going
understand
far
what
with
I'm
mom or dad. Were the two of you in the same set?
Yeah, we're in the
Yeah,
same
The
set.
same thing.
If you had come across your senior in school crying or being upset, would you have said to your senior, come on, be a man?
Well, it depends on his mood and my mood.
I think it's trying to dance around.
You're trying to, you
It's
know
trying
what
to dance around. It's not really landing the plane.
because there are a lot of things that border on the line of bullying, right? Borderline bullying, but I don't think
You don't
that's
consider
why-
it bullying?
Yeah, for me, I can see you and say, okay, maybe the sun is hot now. Okay, maybe it's because the sun is hot. That's why you're crying. But if it's cool and then nothing's happening, I'm like, why are you crying now? Do you understand? But you now maybe you're having a bad day and then you're taking that what I said out of context. In my head, I'm thinking, shouldn't be crying. The sun is everything.
see,
is
You have to be
fine.
sensitive to the
Exactly.
other
Yes.
person.
Exactly.
Yes.
I
So I'm going to get
understand.
to that.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think it's very difficult.
Some people are more sensitive than others.
Yes, some people are more sensitive than others. But it's very difficult when you are in a position where someone else feels as though maybe you haven't treated them fairly, or it almost seems like you're being blamed or accused. It's very difficult to just focus on yourself and say, okay, maybe I should not have done this. For a lot of people, it's easier to say, okay, yeah, but you come, why were you crying?
Yeah.
Why were you da-da-da? Why were you da-da-da? I think sometimes you need to sort of sit in it yourself and say, okay, that person could have been whatever for whatever reason, but let me hold myself accountable. Did I really do the best thing that I could have done at that point in time? Was I
Bullies
really?
don't think that way.
Yes, and I think that is one of the see that side eye that you. I didn't call anybody's name. I didn't call anybody's name. And it's exactly what you're saying. So you're saying things like bullies don't think that way. So there's like a mindset around it. There's first of all thinking you're stronger,
Yeah,
and the other person
best,
is.
they are taking the best
Yeah.
action. Everything
Yes.
they're doing is the best. You
I'm
cannot tell
thinking,
them.
so I did that, so what? If somebody had done that to me, I wouldn't have had that, I wouldn't have cried, I wouldn't have da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, you need to sort of step out of that mindset.
Yeah.
How about we say like these are behavioral patterns, bullying, personality, even personality disorders where you are high sometimes, you calm down sometimes. You understand? How about we think about it because it's a broad thing. Even scientists have not finished studying the brain and how it works.
True.
You understand? So how about we think about it from a different angle?
What's that
Do you
angle?
understand?
What angle is that?
This angle of somebody has a strong personality.
I see back to
That's
an excuse.
Yeah.
No,
I feel like
that's an excuse.
I feel like this is
Personally.
Do you think it's tied to your ego?
No, I'm saying
Do
personally.
you think
now,
you feel less
if,
of a
like someone like me?
You know, yeah, you said someone like you now. I'm the kind of person that if I'm in a public place or something like that, and I know I do something wrong, I won't say I'm wrong there. Do you understand? I'll now go back home and reflect on my actions. So do you think that you saying sorry like comes off as weak on your ego? Does that make you weaker, man?
Or maybe not even saying sorry. Maybe just even acknowledging the fact that you did something wrong.
That is where I'm coming from. So does it make me a bully if I understand that, okay, what I did or what I said was wrong, and then I come back to you and say, okay, if you feel bad about it, sorry.
If you feel
it
bad
makes
about
you
it.
it makes you insensitive
If
to
you
know that
feel
you've
bad
done
about
something wrong and refuse to acknowledge it just for the sole purpose of
But
not
upon
looking.
sober reflection, I have thought about it that, okay, this person actually felt bad. And I'll say, okay, sorry, I did not know.
So let me tell you something that just happened to me.
The action has happened.
Let me tell you something that just happened. Somebody sitting right beside you said to you, you did A, B, C, D, E to me. And I feel like that was bullying or intimidating or whatever. Like, obviously there were negative feelings for him when he said that.
Oh, that's sad.
Don't belittle it.
Don't belittle it.
Don't belittle
Don't
it.
Don't belittle it. You see what we're saying?
Don't belittle it. It's hard. I know it's hard to sit in
Yeah.
it. I know it's hard to sit in it. So somebody does that, and then within seconds, your reaction is, okay, then maybe you need to work on yourself. Or you deflect. It's like you're playing tennis.
Okay, rather than dwelling in it
Yes.
and understanding this person's plight.
Take it in,
Understand
This
his
person was
point,
hurt by
his
you.
perspective.
and this person had a negative experience as a result of something insensitive that you did. I don't know the frequency. I don't know if it was once or twice.
Yeah.
I don't know because you saying
Talk on it. Unpack it.
we're talking about
So this sounds like you're taking his side.
No, I'm not taking anybody's side. I'm not taking anybody's side.
No.
The way you
I'm not taking anybody's side. You see, you're deflecting again.
Deflecting. Don't deflect it.
You saying, oh, it's a personality thing, is now leading me to believe. I don't want to make.
Zodiac signs now.
I don't.
I'm a Leo. I'm an Aquarius. You know,
Thunder will fire some people. They will come and do nonsense. Yeah, that's just how I am.
just
I'm a
how
Leo.
Scorpios. That's what we do. I will slap you.
Sag
Are you
for
mad?
life.
I'm a Sagittarius. No, you can't
Oh
say
yeah,
that.
it's Sag.
So
No, I don't like that.
So you saying that if the personality thing is making me think that it's something where you are not always aware when you do it, and you've probably done it multiple times because you feel as though it's just part of who you are. Because one of the key bits of the definition of bullying is that it's habitual or repetitive, right? That's intimidation or coercion, right? So what I'm saying to you now is that has just happened. Are you able to, without deflecting, without asking us about him?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Or him?
Without saying it, are you able to now just tell us, because you haven't yet said, okay, yeah, I did that. It was kind of messed up. I shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
Is that something you feel like you can say
Can
or
I
admit?
deflect in form of a question to him?
No.
No, you
you
need to
cannot.
address
This is a
that.
conversation
Yeah,
between us.
Yeah, you need to
Okay,
address
so
that personally.
Now, look at it this way. Like I said, I might not know that you are feeling bad about it, right? There's that.
Okay.
Because I feel that, okay, level playing field, we're all cool. You are thinking the same way I'm thinking, right? And then if you don't let me know that your attitude is making me feel some type of way, I feel like you're doing something wrong. If you don't let me know, how am I to know that?
Okay, granted. So at the time you didn't know, he's just told you now. Now what?
Should I apologize?
How do you address?
I didn't
No.
ask you.
So how do you apologize? Or how do you address
but
that?
you saying you don't know is kind of like you can. It's not. It's
No, it's true now. You can't.
because-
It's not the time you will know. I can't know how you are feeling right now. I might make a remark or a joke that I will think everybody will laugh at, but some people might find it offensive. Do you understand?
I get where you're coming from.
Do you
I get where you're
understand
coming from, but you can't really put out a blanket statement like that. Do you understand?
Because what that means is everybody can do whatever they want
Yeah,
and
I'm
just
telling
from
you that
I
they
didn't
don't
know.
know.
Exactly.
there is emotional
Exactly.
IQ and being an adult about it.
Exactly.
Yes,
so,
yes, yes, yes.
so you have to
That's
understand, like
around
in
you.
relation
Yes.
to what he's saying now, someone that's your friend or that has been your friend for a while, I think at this point you should know someone's triggers and like what upsets them or what makes them laugh or the extent to which you can joke with a person.
If that's someone
right?
you're close to or someone you know.
Yeah, someone that's a
Okay,
friend, right?
okay, cool.
So not some random person on the street. Because any random person can blow up in your face and you don't know why, and it's not relating to you. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your friend now, or someone that you're in close communication with enough to bully on a consistent basis, right? Because you can't just do that to a random person. A bully doesn't bully someone he doesn't know. Do you understand?
Yeah, you can't bully someone.
Yeah, a bully only bully consistently who you know, and that person to an extent has to be your friend, right? because you
Or
can't.
someone that could easily think they were
Friend,
your
brother,
friend.
Exactly, someone that could
someone that
easily-
you are
you-
close
you know?
relations
Yeah,
with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or that you see every day or something. Or,
So in that sense of it, that means at this point you should, to an extent, analyze how much of a joke this person can take. You know, how far their
sensitive to the
feelings.
person.
You know, how far you can push their feelings.
Because it's not about the
and
fact
all of
that if somebody had said it to you, it wouldn't be a big deal. Or that if you had said it to person C, it wouldn't be a big deal. It's the fact that you said it to this person and this person felt that kind of way about it. That is the issue.
well, I understand what everybody's
Yeah,
saying.
because
actually.
that's defining
I
your
understand what
relationship
everybody's
with that
saying.
person at that point.
Yeah, but if we're not still talking about the other person, like
Okay.
if you are two people now, right?
Yeah.
Someone feels bullied. The other person that is maybe bullying but does not know that that's what he's doing. How about you sit down with this person and say, okay, what's wrong? This thing you're doing is continuous and is beginning to.
Can we talk
Do you
about
understand?
that guy that was
Do you
rude?
understand what I'm saying?
We're talking about.
So
I understand where you're coming from, right?
now, so that's what we should address because
if you have put someone in a constant state of they don't like talking to you because they feel bullied by you.
You can't expect
What
it.
makes you think that they want to go out of their way to stand up
express
to
their
start a
feelings.
conversation
To start
with
it,
you?
yeah.
Do you understand?
But at the end of the
because
day,
they
you have
always
to-
end up.
It's you who would
Do
make
you
them
understand?
have that
you have to
So-
express yourself at the end of the day sometimes.
you do have to express yourself. I get you.
Self-expression.
But what I'm saying now, the reason why
You
you were
don't just
saying
take it in.
the reason
No,
why
but
you were
you can't
saying
dictate
Now look
that.
at
For
Yeah,
a
you-
bully, the
yeah,
person
you
who is
can't
being
dictate
bullied
that.
can.
You can't dictate that.
You can't
If
dictate that
somebody
for
is
someone.
consistently oppressing me, it is not now my responsibility to clearly communicate to the person that, oh, this is how I feel. And oppression does so many things to you where you may not even be in the state of mind to have that
Do you guys know
conversation.
the relationship we have with Nigerian government?
Yeah.
They did not believe that we were going through these things. We have to speak out.
it's not that we did not believe. They know.
Exactly.
All of them. All of them know.
They'll feel that okay, everything is okay. But we have to speak. We have to speak out.
So let me ask
And
you a
then
question.
you effect the change you want by speaking out.
Let me ask you a question,
How about
because a lot of this change that you're talking about and a lot of the progression and how do we move forward, you're putting a lot of responsibility on the person who is being
Who's being
bullied.
bullied.
Bullied. So what
Or the person is
responsibility
being
are you
bullied.
putting?
Yes.
But you're both human beings. You're both.
Nobody.
No, we agree. None of them is
now.
an alien.
So
Yeah, like,
what
what
responsibility
human beings
are you
now?
putting?
So what responsibility should be on the head of the one who is bullying?
On the head of the one who is bullying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Know how to apologize. If someone is sensitive,
You say?
if somebody is sensitive,
That means that's after the fact.
no,
No, okay, agree.
you're saying-
It's even after the fact, okay?
like you said, it's habitual. It's constant. And
Yeah.
if you see that this thing you say or this thing you do affects someone's moods,
So constantly keep
you-
apologizing.
No, you know that okay, this person is sensitive to this thing. This person is sensitive to this thing. Know how to act with that person. Do you understand? It's like you can't just meet someone and know how they react to things. They have to show that this. You don't
but
like
I
what
think-
you're
I
doing.
think
Do you
I'm- I
understand?
think you're missing the point. Let's maybe we should put it in context, or maybe we should take it away from you. You're not saying it because I see you.
Yeah, these are my personal
I see you
views.
defending
Okay.
yourself.
Yes.
You know,
Because at the end of the
I think
day-
you should take
at the
this
end of
away
the
from
day-
you. Let's just speak to.
Yeah, we're
that-
talking
Okay,
about-
so thinking about, and I believe this happened not too long ago, where there was a case that became the story spread quite a bit, and a few of us have probably heard about it, of a young boy who went to boarding school, happy, healthy, and then after a couple of months in boarding school, came out very much the opposite of how he went in.
Was it food?
It was multiple things. So this is someone who lost a lot of weight, had been traumatized in many ways, had been bullied. I think there's even the inclusion of sexual abuse in the bullying that occurred.
What?
Yes, in the school.
Yeah, a
Was
boy,
bullied,
by fellow boys.
A young boy was bullied by
Sexually.
by fellow boys sexually, yes, and was bullied by seniors, and has come out of school now in a state that I don't think any of us want to ever see
unrecognizable.
any child, not even talk of our own child.
Yeah.
And the mother is now trying to get some justice for what was done, and is being met with a lot of resistance from those who are in charge and those who should be responsible. So that's why I was asking you that question of who could have helped, who was in the school, who could you have spoken to? Because this is a situation in which the people who should be helping,
Okay.
the people who should be making sure that these types of things don't happen, are now trying to bury it. They're not taking any accountability because I don't know if anybody will agree with me, but I feel like there are a whole bunch of bullies in this story. I don't think it's just the senior students.
Yeah, it's not just them.
It's like his institutional.
I don't think it's just the
So
senior
I
students.
think we should. So first of all, it's supposed to be a Christian or I don't know.
The school.
The school's supposed to be like a
Yes.
missionary school. I think first of all, maybe because people already just believe that it's a Christian school, they expect it to. They don't expect that kind of stuff to happen. So maybe he might have spoken to one or two people and might have hinted it, and I'm like, no, it's not possible. Just kick it. Maybe that might have happened. We can't really say. So those are part of the things that might, because people would find it hard to believe, right? Or even if it did happen, they might try to cover it up because they don't want a stain. And if we really dig on this news that just came out, I'm sure the woman will have tried to bring this up before.
The mother, the mother probably have not known.
Maybe did not know.
Or somebody would have tried to
child
bring it
It's
up
habitual,
before.
and then the child will keep it in until it gets
No, but keep in mind this was a
down,
boarding school, so maybe the mother hadn't seen the
They hadn't
child.
seen
Yeah,
him.
for a
Yeah, but
while.
it was 2 years now, right?
No, 2 months.
So it was 2 months, okay. It was 2
Wow,
months.
2 months, bullied, sexually assaulted in this Nigeria.
Yeah.
So now, would you now say, because based on what you said now, like, the guy has to go and tell the guy who's, whoever is doing it to tell him he doesn't like it. But the guy who's doing it originally should know what he was doing was wrong, because first of all, he doesn't respect the guy's sexual preferences, right?
And then he's doing it in a forceful way.
Am I supposed to educate you?
I think
on
there's too many things to list that's wrong
Do you
with that.
understand?
The
Yeah.
minor.
So going by what you said, that's
So
why I felt like
this example is downright bullying. That's not where I'm coming from. Do you understand? I'm all for empathy. Do you understand? That's why I said I'm talking as an adult. Do you understand? We're not in.
no. She knows you're talking
That's why
about.
we said. That's why we said
Bullying.
bullying is not only in the school, when you were young and all of that.
Yeah.
You understand? It could be in the workplace. It could be in the. But as a child, children they are still forming. Their brains are still forming.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They might say, "I'm not taking the side of the bully," or "That's wrong." Do you understand? But when
I
you
think
see that
what the
what you
question
are
you're
doing,
getting at is this. When we're talking about a bully versus someone who's been bullied,
Yeah.
you said that
Your
even
owners
the
of the
person who
bully,
is
yeah.
being bullied should be able to speak out and should be able, you put some responsibility
Yeah.
on
On
their
your
head
pre-
for
on your
trying to
breast.
make it come to an
Yeah.
end.
On your
so in
breast.
this situation now,
He's saying
that
that what's the
translates to
responsibility of the oppressor in this case?
Yes.
Yeah, so how does he?
but at the end of the
day.
day, now, how did we find out about what happened to the boy?
The mother.
Somebody spoke out.
The mother put it
The
out.
mother did not know.
No, forget the
She
mother.
would-
You're bringing
the
out
boy would
external
have said
factors.
it.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So
If
the
he didn't
mother-
say that, I would have kept on going for a while. Yes or no? That's expression. You have to let somebody know.
No, you first of all, you're concluding already.
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
no,
putting
no,
responsibility
hold
on everybody.
Let me land.
If
Let me
you don't
land.
like something,
Hold on, let me land a second. Like, first of all, you're putting, you're
I'm talking about a child. here.
exactly, you're pushing
the other
assumptions.
person that's bullying him is a child. So
No.
how about that?
No.
I don't want to get triggered.
No. The person
You won't be. You won't be.
Are you sure?
The
You
person
won't
you're
be.
talking about,
won't be.
right, is a child. And you're already assuming that he went home and just rushed on and said, Mom, this was has been happening.
You might
to
not
me."
know what
Do you
has
understand?
happened, what that
He
was.
might not
Will have been withdrawn. No,
Do
they
you
are
understand? He might not have been he might not have been
You take a
processing
child to
what
school,
was going
he's
on.
big, he's vibrant, and then he comes home, he's withdrawn.
Remember
You know
you said-
something is wrong.
Remember
But
you
if he
said-
doesn't tell you, you won't know.
Yeah, but that
Remember
doesn't
his
mean
brain
he
is
spoke
forming.
I
up.
remember when I was little, whatever happens, my mom would say, "Tell me."
That doesn't
Make
mean
sure
he
you
spoke
do.
up. Yeah,
But
but that's
there are
not you
things that will
speaking
happen that I
up.
won't tell her.
That's your
not
mom.
me.
speaking
That's
up
your
now. That's
mom.
telling your
That's
mom.
your
Speaking up
mom
is the
coercing
Some
you
people will
into.
still not talk.
But you
Yeah.
just speak up to the bully, and now you're talking about the mom.
That's why I said I won't condone bullying. I can't be bullied. I will express myself. Do you understand? And I think
So
even
if you're
if
this guy, you'd have expressed
if I was this guy
yourself.
that was sexually assaulted,
You'd have
even if the teachers
expressed
are
yourself.
not listening to me, if I go home, maybe every day I'll be crying. I must go home. I need to. This thing is.
Yeah, but that's
I
what they
can't
do normally.
this.
That's what the people who get bullied. That's what
Do you
they
know
do
the meaning
normally.
of
That's what I'm saying. That's expression
Do you
now.
know
Okay,
the meaning of empathy?
I think we need to touch on.
Okay.
I think we need to touch on.
We are
something.
talking about
Go
empathy on the
ahead.
part of the bully.
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
talking
Chubby.
about-
I'm talking about being able to. You see, these your feet. Being able to take them out of these trainers, these sneakers, and put them inside somebody's slippers. That's what I'm talking about. You're saying, if it was me, the type of person that I am, if it was me, I'm not the type of person that First of all, not everybody is you.
Yeah,
first
you have
of
a
all.
strong personality. Some of us don't.
Yeah.
Not everybody is you. Second of all, we're talking about a child here who does not fully understand or grasp the details and the entirety of what is going on.
And you said his brain is forming, by the way.
But have you guys heard of this saying? If you see something, say something. That is awareness. Whatever happens,
that is awareness.
even if it's not the person that is bullied that is saying something, speak out.
I think
that's
the
what I'm trying to
line
say.
that needs to be drawn here is you are saying that if someone is being oppressed or bullied in some way, saying something can help.
Yeah.
If that's what you're
That's
saying.
what I'm saying now.
Okay, let's leave
That's what I'm
it
saying.
there.
Fine.
Saying something.
Nobody's arguing with that.
Yes, let's
But
go
now
on.
the issue we are
It
having.
always does.
No,
Statistics show that it doesn't work.
See, no,
Exactly.
it always
No,
does.
no, wait.
Because a lot of these people, that's why they are preaching. You see all these signboards, you see these posters, you see whatever, anything that has to do with bullying or speak out, speak up.
But this
Even
responsibility
discrimination.
now that you're talking
That's
about
where there
is
is an
still
issue.
not on the oppressor.
Yeah, we're asking you, put
What is-
something on the oppressor.
what is the
See, you know
oppressor's role?
Yeah.
So I think like what
Are you
we are
worried
hearing.
that if you put something on the head of the oppressor, you're also putting it on your
No,
own?
that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying.
I think what we are
I'm
hearing.
just saying when
It
it
should be
comes to
something
these
like that.
issues.
I think what we are
when it comes to
hearing.
these issues, when it comes like this example you guys,
It's the same thing
this
when you
example
talk.
you guys just gave, right? This example is perfect. If this thing did not come out to the light, it would happen in that school.
It's
Nobody
true.
would know.
No, that is true. Nobody's arguing that.
That's
but what
where
we're
I'm coming
saying
from.
is,
I'm not
So
saying
you are
It
trying
shouldn't
to
happen in the first place.
Explain what they're saying. What
It
they're
should not
saying is
happen in the
what
first
happened
It shouldn't happen in the
But
first
these things
place.
happen already.
okay, they
Yeah,
have.
And
we're
we're
trying
trying to
to
say that it
reduce
shouldn't
it.
even be
We're
happening.
trying to
You're trying to reduce it by
And when
being
you're trying
aware.
to, let me tell you
So
something.
now you're saying the same thing.
So wait,
why
what,
isn't it
let
from
me
the
tell you
supply
something.
side?
There's
I was saying
there are
that.
two
I like how you went into banking and
Sorry, thank you very
banking
much.
to explain.
Thank you very much. So there are two
Supply.
children.
I'm not
Okay.
demanding
There are two
itself, I
children.
beg.
Okay.
There are two children standing in a room.
Mm-hmm.
There's child A and child B.
Mm-hmm.
Child B is slapping child A.
Mm.
Slap again. Another second, another slap. Another second, another slap.
When you come into the
When
room,
you run into the room and see that
who do you
scene,
talk to?
what's the first thing you do?
Separate of them.
Yeah, who do you talk to?
Or someone is slapping someone.
Yeah.
Somebody is slapping someone.
Child
Slapping
A
the
is
person.
slapping child
A-
B
you want child A
constantly.
down and like, hold on,
And stop,
chill.
you tell child A,
relax.
stop slapping child B.
Yeah, stop.
No,
now.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
Don't like. Who do you talk to and what do you say to that person
If I
first?
was to talk to, obviously I will stop the person that's hitting the other child.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
that one that is hitting the other child needs a talking to. You don't hit people. If you see that what you're doing is wrong, is making the person feel something, you stop it. It's wrong.
Are you going to
Do you
talk to
understand what I'm
child B
saying?
and shout at child B? Why didn't
I
you
won't
say
do that.
that
That's
child
what
B
I'm
was...
saying. That's you see. Don't be saying you guys are getting me wrong.
No, it's a question.
I won't do that
Okay.
because I have empathy. I know what that means. Once you are inconveniencing someone,
We were confused.
once you are
confused.
no, once you're inconveniencing someone,
Well, I'm trying to.
like hitting somebody is wrong. Do you understand? You don't hit people, so you stop that. So the angle I'm coming from is to prevent all these things from even happening in the first place. Now, this child that has raped somebody, or he has seen his face out there, he has seen what is happening.
No.
He knows
Hold
what's
on.
happening. The school knows what he will be dealt with.
Hold on,
That child
Jay.
is not going to. He's going to reduce or he's going to stop what he's doing.
Jay, let me
So
pause,
that's
let me
nipping
pause you there
that
for a
in the
moment.
bud.
Let me pause you there. I want
Because
to
it's-
stick. I want to stick with her example. Like we're still on child A and child B at this point.
Mhm.
And you said you were talking to child A that was slapping child B, and you said if you see something that is wrong, you should. If you see that you're hurting somebody or you're doing something
Yeah.
that's wrong, to somebody stop it, right? So now, that is you putting some responsibility on your oppressor, right?
Okay.
So now, in this case where this person has grown up in their house, knowing that getting hit is a thing of love in their house. No,
That's
because
a different-
It's
their
part
house-
of the relationship.
yeah, because their households like that, when they will beat you, like the mother will beat you and she'll
Yeah,
say, I'm doing it
definitely.
because I love
Because
you.
I love you.
You understand? I'm doing it because I want you to grow. So in his mind, like this is how he expresses his own, love for somebody. That I'll do it so that you are becoming a better person. Do you understand? So at that point, this child is not realizing that what he's doing is wrong. In his mind, he has justified that he loves this person. So how am I going to approach that kind of oppressor in this situation?
Now let's look at it from this. Do you understand? I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now look at it like this. Is it not weird that in our parents' time there was bullying? In our time there was bullying. Now there's still bullying, like what just happened recently, right? So these things are not something you can. Do you understand?
Eradicate.
You can't. It's hard to stop.
I'm going to post you right
Do you
now.
understand? Let me.
I think
hold
I
on.
want to sit down. that table that you just out.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
together.
on, hold on. Wait, let me finish. I'm still before I lose my line of thought.
Go on.
So,
Have you bookmarked it? I bookmarked it.
bookmark
Okay.
it. So now, he like you said, in his house, he feels that beating is okay. Do you understand? And then he's going to school or going somewhere on the playground and he's beating somebody else's child. Now, our society will tell you that that is wrong. Him now at home, he feels that that's right. Different things shape children. That's why I said this bullying thing, no matter what you do, whether he's oppressed or being oppressed or oppressor or oppressed, do you understand? Speaking out is part of things that will stop these things in the first place. Do you understand? So if you ask me, if I'm to teach my children, I'll say, whatever happens, let someone know. let me know, because these things have proven hard to stop. Okay, you are saying, okay, you are putting responsibility on the oppressed, putting responsibility on the oppressor. Those are semantics. Do you understand? That is you speaking English.
Let's hear a bookmark. I want
Do you want to go to that?
So let's take
You didn't even waste time. You said tapping.
let's take it away from bullying. I feel like that this bullying thing. Let's take it to US guns, right?
Hey.
The guns.
Let's
take it. I have to tell you. No. I have to tell you what the problem is or what they will be fighting about, right? Less guns.
We're on the same side of the fight.
Wait, hold on. Less guns.
I don't like bullying.
Less violence, right? Because what you're saying now is the guy that is about to shoot somebody, the person who's running should go and say something that they try to shoot him. That's what you're saying. But what we were trying to tell you is you need to reduce the number of guns.
This example does it. I don't like this example. I don't feel guns are different.
Do you know what is? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But are you saying?
So what I'm saying is that
what you're saying is
the bully, the person who's doing it.
Let's fight it at the source.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So
So how do you fight that? How do you
You're
fight
saying it must
that?
happen before you fight back.
No, I'm saying before, like now, it is a generational thing. To stop this thing, it has been happening.
No,
like
it's a generational
societal. It's a societal.
So let me tell you,
generational, our parents, us, people after us. So in order to stop all these things, that's what I'm saying. Do you know? Let everybody be aware. I know that, okay, if this person is doing something that is wrong, also something you feel is wrong, speak out. That will probably be the starting point of, okay, let bullying stop. Because
so I agree with you in the sense that speaking out is important, and
Right.
wherever that can happen.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Say
Yeah.
something else apart from
There's no other. I don't think. Okay, how can you stop bullying? How can we stop it?
That's why I said it's the person who's bullying's
So
orientation.
that person now that's in his house now, he feels that beating somebody is love. What can you tell him that will make him stop that?
You can counsel him.
Counsel him.
There can be therapy.
Have you
There
heard of
can be
Ted Bundy?
behavioral. Not everybody is Ted
He
Bundy.
felt what he was doing was right. That's what I'm saying. That is behavioral. But people say
And we're saying behaviors can be corrected.
Exactly.
Can be corrected. and
Behavioral changes.
Those kind of things will
Behaviors
stop.
can be corrected.
Yes.
So we're trying to stop it at the root cause of the behavior, which is
I think
not
what we're saying is that it's probably unhelpful to come from a standpoint of bullying exists and will always exist as much as it does, and there's nothing we can do about that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay,
I'm saying
let's
we can
just be
talk.
clear.
We can be aware.
Okay, as long as we're not saying, because that is problematic in the sense that it happens and it's fine. Let it
every
keep
problem
happening.
has a
Do,
solution.
do you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like, my father saying, like if I told somebody from the past now, from 60 years ago that died a few years ago, that look, it gets to a point where all of us, will be connected on one platform. I'll be doing things in seconds. I can perform transactions. There's something like social media, like a topic can go viral in seconds. You'll be like, look at you, me that I have to trek from here to here, and I'm bright before I can get the message across. Or people that used to send pigeons as message, they look at it like, are you mad? Like, do you understand? We have been sending messages with pigeons, and the only thing that can beat it is horse or something. Like, and there will never be any technology like that.
They're not
You're
open
dreaming.
to change. They just
Do you
want to
understand?
be in their box.
That's the same way I hear that. Do you understand? Bullying is part of culture, and it's just always going to continue to be part of culture. I feel like it can be eradicated at the very source level.
Okay,
That's-
so what?
That's the
what do you
behavioral
think
There
can be
needs to
done?
be no tolerance for bullies.
So what do you do with like this situation now where this school had something to do and they were assaulting the boy? He was feeling.
All the people involved need to face consequences.
What
They
are the
all need to
consequences?
Pause the bully.
What are the
bullies is
consequences?
serious consequences, whether that is expulsion, whether that's for the children who were involved.
Yeah.
Whether
Do
that
you
is
think expulsion will make
No,
them
no,
mad?
no, no. That's a start.
No, that's a start.
That's a
Because
start.
let me
She
tell
hasn't
you,
landed.
I always say when situations like this happen, there are two sides in my mind, at least two sides where you need to address things. One, there's a societal side. There need to be consequences because people within society need to learn that those things are not acceptable. You will not do them and get away with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's why there need to be those consequences of you need to
Exactly.
be expelled, you need to be this, you need to be that.
Yeah.
That's what.
And then when
Actions
digital
and
age where we
reactions.
see
Yes.
it, everybody will
Yes.
see all those
Exactly.
things.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
The other side now is correction and what we can do to, again, treat the source of the issue.
Prevent that from
Prevent
even
that from
happening
happening
again.
again. Why does that child have those behavioral traits where they feel like it's okay to bully people? Where does it come from? What do they need? Do they need some kind of therapy? Do they need counseling? Do they need training?
I just
Do they
remember
need-
something. What's the essence of our guidance counselor in school in that second?
Our guidance
No.
counselor used to
Speak
do
on
that.
it.
Supposed to do those
Speak
things.
on it.
What was he?
Speak on it.
Yes.
Our guidance
What
counselor
was
at
the
school
sense?
then, he was
My
he used
guidance
to
counselor
flog
was,
us.
he had
Just for show.
You know what? No, in case you watch.
I think he was the angriest teacher in the school that time. He was
Just
always
for
angry.
show.
You know, took pride in like just whooping your ass.
You
like,
can't even go to his office without something
Shall I
happening
not
to
say
you.
something? You know that in these schools, It's not as if it's just students that bully students.
Yeah.
So-called guidance
They
counselor,
bully their
math
students
teacher,
too.
science teacher, somebody teacher. You know, they are
There's a
bullies
teacher-
as
there's a
well.
teacher,
Exactly.
and once I say, you probably know, he flogged me on my armpit.
Is it not so you put your hand up?
How do
He
you find?
rose my hand up and flogged me on my armpit.
How do you locate
What was
someone?
my crime? I was bullied to go and eat my own food. Like, if I don't eat, is it your
But that was
business?
what if that was the consequence of you being late?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying being a bully, does the punishment fit the crime?
Does it
Yeah.
My own
That-
child.
that's-
Does it indeed?
I never really
Amigo,
understood.
yeah.
But
You
then how
understand?
about sometimes now you see some children that whatever you do to them, if you talk to them, if you sit down with them and their family members, they will not listen.
Yeah, sometimes you have to understand them. So
what do you do to correct that?
because where I work, right? you have to understand the person on the other side, right? So you find out that most of these guys, they have their own soft spots. Maybe it's music, maybe it's something.
They all have
you
their
just catch
soft
them
spots.
in one place,
Yeah.
like, let's do this. Let's just, and then you guys start to talk.
So we're
like,
gone past the like school bullying.
Okay, yeah. I think we're diverging a bit.
Yeah.
So if we're saying like we refocus on the fact that we need to get this eradicated at the source level, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about talking to these people, right? It's
Exactly.
always a conversation. So a child will only talk to who or where he feels safe, he or she feels
Comfortable
safe,
enough.
right? So a safe space needs to be, and if that
Created.
space is not at home, they won't even speak at home to their father or
Yeah.
to their mothers,
Yeah.
because they feel like they will be oppressed again
Yeah.
in their own homes. So you need to create that safe space for them, and like that can be done through different avenues, like you said, like through music. Maybe they like games, special games. Maybe they like a special sport. They like fantasy land or something. You understand? You have to
Where they will open up
exactly.
and
You have
just
to
be
make that
themselves.
effort
Do you know-
to create a safe space for them.
What you said about that safe space is so true.
Very key.
Just
yeah.
get
And
their
it's so
soft
key.
spots.
Yeah.
Alright.
And that's something that needs to be had in more places.
True.
What we have inside sometimes is the opposite of that safe space. Sometimes what we have is a space that charges someone to do some of these things.
Some
Because
of those
a
things,
lot
yeah.
of children, I think, and a lot of adults, people in general who bully people, if you check their history sometimes, you would see that they themselves have been bullied before.
Exactly.
Whether that's
Or
by
still being bullied.
still being bullied. And it's learned behavior. And in school, it happens a lot now. SS3, SS2.
Yeah.
Give them JS1, JS2, JS.
So
Even
that's
as SS1,
like
you give them.
That's
Then
like their outlets.
once SS2, SS3 graduates,
The
SS1
next one
go.
will follow.
Do it because my senior did it.
How about we look at
Exactly.
it from this angle of like when you see that you're in a position of power or you are in a position
No, it's everywhere.
better
Even
than
the
someone.
security you give power. Just
Could that
pack
be
his
part
face,
of the problems
you know?
of bullying? Like
So
maybe you
explain
feel
that.
like you're in SS2 now and this person is in GS1 and then you feel like
So we grew up in a
Everything is in
society
your favor,
where
you're a
if you're
prefect,
older than me,
or
you
you're
can't talk to
something.
me anyhow. I can do
Yeah,
stuff and
that
get
kind of
away with
thing.
it. In fact, older people, I think
There's
my mom
no
has only
freedom of
apologized to me
expression.
twice in this life.
yeah.
There's
So
no
how
freedom
about,
of
that
expression.
kind of and then obviously
So that's why we're saying. So we were already here. We're having this discussion. Our kids will definitely should do better. Do you understand? Because in this, we're very sensitive in this age. Are you on to?
yeah, no,
I'm very
yeah.
worried about
Like
the
what
things
you
I want
guys
to put.
said,
Do you
what you
understand?
guys
So-
said with because SS2, SS3 did it, and then I have to do it. to
Yeah,
my junior.
so
Do you
it becomes
understand?
like a
So like
cycle.
you saw a certain level of bullying in school, right?
Yeah.
And came in and met you guys, at the top as well, and met a certain level of
And
bullying.
then you
which
felt like that was
was
the right way to do it.
yeah, which was heavy, and then we felt like this is not a tradition that we want to carry on. Like personally, myself, I don't think anyone like
Are you
favored
sure about
bully.
that?
Yeah, no, this one I can generally speak for.
because we're not
yeah,
doing that, it's
exactly.
easier
So
for you guys to say this
and
now.
and even apart from that, even apart from that, do you understand? It got to a time where we were now seniors, and I noticed that juniors kind of started speaking up more. Like they'll go to the principal and all of that, and then actions were taken on these people, which kind of reduced the amount of
So there's no caning on any of those
exactly.
things.
Like
There
it
was no
wasn't
caning.
it wasn't a point of okay. You can't do anything. Or if you go and talk, you understand, they'll come back and still beat you on top and nothing will happen.
Nothing
Like
will happen.
people were taking action, like people in position of power were taking action. People were getting expelled. People were getting so that kind of puts people in a mind frame that
Yeah, based on
you
what you
shouldn't
said,
be
can I
doing
ask you guys a question? What do you guys think about this suspension and expulsion thing? Do you think it changes these bullies or
not on its own. Not on its own. And that's why I talked about society, not on its own.
Yeah.
I think a lot of work, and let's be clear, when we say a lot of work needs to be done, it's not just at that point when somebody has bullied somebody.
yeah?
Exactly, that's what we're trying to say.
There are things that
Like
need
most
to
of
be
the
done.
time, sorry, I'll let you. The immediate line of action is suspension, expulsion. Do you understand? So there should be other things like
I'm even talking way before it even
before
like,
that.
when you're even just around children, the way you interact with them, when you're around other people, the way you interact with them, that we can form a society and a community and contribute to a society and a community where people are just kinder to one another. People don't feel as you know, because a lot of people, I know people say this a lot, hurt people.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of it comes from that as well.
But it's still not an excuse to
It's
hurt
not an
people,
excuse, but I'm thinking let's do everything that we can at every point that we can to contribute to a solution. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where my mind is at. That's what I'm thinking.
So that's where the source is. It's orientation. It's just, you know, respect everyone. We're all human beings before we became Chief Oba Woniru. But first of all, human beings, and that's why I was
So it sounds like you've been bullied a lot.
Empathy.
I was telling one of my analysts one time, you know, see, you and your peers, even as a peer-to-peer level, you want respect. Everybody wants to be
Everybody,
respected.
yeah.
You don't want,
Especially in this era, there's nothing like I'm older
older
than you.
Do you understand? In fact, most of the people I talk to, most of my friends are
Older than
at least 7 years older than me, right? Married with 2 kids, you know. So if you respect somebody, I don't see why there'll be bullying anywhere. There's no I'm older than you. That's why it's key, and I'm going to go religious here, right? That's why God says in the Bible, 10 Commandments, Jesus Christ when he came in the New Testament, scrap the Bible, say just love. Once you love somebody, you can't treat them more than different from yourself, right?
If you know that something will hurt you, don't do it to other person.
So the guy downstairs on the road, that's like, even when I see all these guys, you know, they call them abokis, but you know, they still, when they get there, say how you did. That's how I even greet them. How you do? How was your weekend? That's how I greet them, you know.
Just basically be empathetic, show
I always
love.
I always ask questions like, why did people always feel the need to come to talk to me? I realize it's because I always treat them nicely, because I'm like, you know.
And I think it's important to state that bullying does not happen because of who the person. So when someone bullies someone, it's a reflection of who the bully is.
Yeah, exactly.
And what they're going through in their environment.
Because I don't think any iota of blame can be assigned to
who is being oppressed.
Yes. It's not because of you did this or you're like this or you said this or they think you're that. It's a reflection of who that oppressor is. Yeah.
And that's what should be addressed.
That's what should be addressed.
That's what should be addressed.
So that's what we were trying to get.
And that's
to.
what I feel like we've come full circle.
I
feel like you just landed.
Full circle.
I feel like you just landed here.
Your plane just landed. I just met you on the tarmac. You understand?
But the question I asked earlier was, how do you do these things?
I like how we came full
So we've come full circle.
circle.
So keeping that, now that we've come full circle, let me try something. I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know what's going to happen now.
What are you trying to try? What are you trying to try, Chubby?
Should I try?
Let's try. Life is short.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Keeping in mind that we've gone full
Remember,
circle
this is
now.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Don't F with
Yes.
me. Yeah.
Keep in mind that we've gone full circle now, and I think you understand us better now than when we started talking.
I see what she wants to do now.
Wait, are you guys having a conversation with me?
No, I'm talking to you.
So
I don't know what they're doing. Me, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Given that we've gone full circle now, and you understand where we're coming from a bit better than how you understood it before,
Okay.
what do you feel like you would like to say to anyone, not anybody in particular?
This is real full circle. Like you went there. You went there.
As though you may not have treated them in the best way.
Yeah.
And feels as though there was a time in their lives where you were a source of negative feelings for them.
Negative vibes.
Oh, joy. No.
And that's the way they feel. And you were responsible for that.
Yeah. So what do you want to say to that person?
Responsibility, though.
Yes, that's true. That's true. What would you want to
For me
say
to
to
be the reason for your moods and everything.
Yeah. So what would you
Say to that person.
No,
randomly.
no, allow him. It's difficult. It's not easy.
What would I say to the person?
What would you say to that person?
I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. Right? You, like you said, you're influenced by how you were brought up, how, you know, it is what it is.
I'm still waiting.
And at the end of the day, personally, I've learned a lot about this thing called empathy. You understand what I'm saying? If you know that, chill now.
But we're not making it about you. We just want
she asked me a question.
Yeah, want you to know. Want to know what you are telling this person.
What are you saying to that person?
So basically, speak to this person.
This is like an intro.
Okay, look at me.
Speak to this person.
Look at me.
She's that person.
You. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
You
Don't worry.
You've hurt me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wronged me.
Wow.
I know you
She has already
didn't
won.
know
She has won.
at the
Yeah.
time
She has won.
that you were doing it. And I know that you didn't do it because you wanted me to be hurt.
Saying it with a face like that is going to
So that's the intro I was trying to give though.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know that. And I know that there are certain aspects about the way you were raised that made you feel like there's
was
nothing
okay.
wrong
That was
with
okay.
that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I know that too. But at the same time, it still did some damage to me. And now I'm saying to you that that was how you made me feel as a child when I was young. And it's had
When we were young.
When
Yeah.
we were young,
'Cause
yes, we
we're
were
both
both young. We were both young. This is why I say I know you didn't mean it the way it happened. What would you now want to say to me?
It wasn't my intention. It was not on purpose. It's not something that I know or like I just told myself that I want to be mean to you. That's not how I saw it. Do you understand? That's why I said growing up, I've learned a lot. And if I was to say something to you, I'll be like, I did not know. It was ignorance at that time. But now I know better.
How
And
do you feel
things
about
have changed.
what happened?
How do I feel about what happened? If I remember, I feel bad.
Okay.
That you are feeling bad because I did not know. Do you understand? So if you are feeling bad, I respect that and understand that, okay, maybe that was where you're coming from. And I didn't, it was not my intention to make you feel bad or make you feel.
And
And
I was going to say something else apart from sorry, but yeah, I'm sorry.
And on that note, and on that note,
I know, baby.
and on that note,
That was great. I
thank
like
you
how you
guys.
wrapped up. Yeah, thank you guys for
Bullied is
coming.
not good, yo. It's not
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for coming. I really enjoyed this episode. Actually,
that was
we
good.
really came full circle.
Wait, I deserve-
And then, Chubby, you deserve like a therapy degree at this point, like a psychology degree. Because
The only reason it worked was because it was you.
if it was me,
It was taken
Ah.
that question. They were answer.
all right. So guys, thank you so much.
I love this
Okay.
episode.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on this episode.
yes.
I hope we spoke about a lot of things that are touchy, feely in your space that you've come about, that you've seen.
A lot of insights.
Yeah, a lot of insight, and we appreciate you joining us on the show. So talk about it. We want you to hear, want to hear your opinions about what we have done on the show so far, what we've talked about today so far, how it affects you, and how it affects, other people in your environment. I hope this sparked a brilliant conversation.
Yeah, I really hope so. And
yeah.
I think this is exactly what we need, these conversations.
Yeah.
We need to say these things. We need people to
Come out more.
come out more and be able to talk about it. We talked about, speaking up. And
So
yes,
it's okay.
speaking up is not always the easiest thing to do. But whenever you can, do speak up and do let people know what's going on. But again, let us be clear. The responsibility is not on the head.
Yes, it's not on the
Mr.
oppressed.
Bully, I'm
It's
talking
not
to
on
you.
the oppressed.
Whoever is a bully here should take notes.
Yes.
Take notes.
Don't be like that. And also, wherever you can be kind, be kind.
Yeah.
Always be kind.
And wherever you
Always.
can help. And yes, we're glad that you were here with us to listen to this, to watch this. We look forward to reading your opinions about this and your stories. And I guess we'll catch you on the next episode.
And we out. Peace.
Don't with me.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Don't F With Me Pod.
Don't hug the couch, my friend.
No, for
Move
you.
over.
Okay.
So we're also on all major podcast platforms. So find us there, and you can see the links to our YouTube. So subscribe, right?
Yeah. Should we tell them where to find us individually as well? Because I don't want to be with you all the time, you understand?
yeah.
I want my own thing. All right, so if you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Chubby_oddly.
Okay, if you're looking for me, you can find me on Instagram at OG.Tega. So that's OG.TEGA. And Twitter as the OG Tega. Boom.
Are we spelling? Oh, Chubby as in Chubby, and then _ODDLY.
Why do you have to copy me
I just want
all
people
the
to know that I
time?
can spell
Like,
too.
why do you have to
I
be
just
like
want them
me,
to know that
though?
I can spell.
Why do you really have to be like me all the time?
All right, I need to get out of
I
here.
hate you.
Don't with me.